And we just sit there on the curb and cars passing by for a long period of time. And we just wept together. And then finally he started speaking. He said, Eddie, I know you loved your papa. And I know your papa meant everything in the world to you. And I know you miss him. And your heart's broken. But he said, I just want you to know that everything's going to be all right. You don't understand it now. And right now you feel like your world has just collapsed out from under you. But he said, I want you to know it's going to be all right. And he said, the consolation is your grandfather said that he was saved, and you're saved, and you have hope that's in the end. Tomorrow when they put him in the grave, that won't be the final time that you get to see. And he said, boy, just remember one thing. He said, remember his poor health. And remember that the next time you see him, he'll be changed. And he'll be raised in the likeness of our Savior. The glass eye will be gone, you'll have a new one. The heart that failed him, God will give him a new one. That old broken, battered body, we'll never see it again. I've never forgot that night. We sit there and cried some more after that. And then he said, do you want to go back in and see him? And I said, yeah, but I can't go right now. And he said, we'll sit here and cry as long as you want to cry. And he said, when you get cried out, and when you're ready to walk back in there, and you're ready to tell your papa goodbye, I said, I'll walk with you and I'll stand by your side. And he did. We walked back in there together. And we stood there. He looked down at me and he said, if there's any last words that you want to say to him, he said, now's the time. I didn't care who was in the funeral home. I looked at him laying there in the casket with mine. And I said, Papa, I said, I never told you why this alive. But you was the greatest papa in the world. And I just want you to know, even though I didn't ever tell you, I love you. That's why I can preach this morning the way I preach this morning. If I could go back and do it again, before I left my papa's side the day that he died, when he was begging me to stay, just sit down and let him tell me another bear tale, I'd let him tell me. I'd heard it a million times, but I'd listen again. Brother Scott, before I left, if I could do it again, I'd laid over that old man's lap and put my arms around his neck. And I'd said, Papa, I love you. You're the greatest. I've often wondered where I'd be at tonight if I hadn't had a life that I had my cousin that day. I would not be the man today that I am. You had some of those lights in your life. It's time for you to be a light. Let's stand on our feet tonight. I'm telling you, I've got a lot more on the other side than I have down here. At church on Wednesday night, I was talking to a precious lady, and her husband, some of y'all remember this, her husband was the deacon at Word Valley Independent Baptist Church that I told you about, Brother Bruce. He's the one that had the pacemaker. Man, we had one of those services one night, man, shouting and testifying and running the aisles. And I was just a young preacher boy. I kept looking. I sat over here that night in the pews on this side of the church, and I kept noticing Bruce. And man, his wife was just sitting there weeping and crying. And Brother Bruce just had this funny expression on his face. Brother Bruce had watched me that night, and so he come up to me after the service, and after everything calmed down, and he said, Brother Jerry, can I talk to you for a minute? And I said, yeah, Brother Bruce. And he said, I noticed you looking at me tonight. He said, I want you to know that, man, inside, I was as much in this service as anybody in this building. He said, what you don't know is, a few years ago, they put a pacemaker in my heart. And he said, no matter what I do, that pacemaker keeps my heart at that one beat. He said, so even when I get stirred up on the inside, and he said, even when I'm trying to be emotional, he said, that thing won't let me get emotional. He said, it won't let my heart pump any faster. It won't let my adrenal glands work and send a surge of adrenaline through my body. He said, this thing won't let me get excited like I'd like to get excited. And he looked at me and he said, son, do me a favor. He said, whenever the Spirit of God gets to moving, anywhere where you're at in service, God gets to nudging you. He said, just remember Brother Bruce. And he said, let God nudge you just a little bit for me. He said, even if you want to tell God no for yourself, he said, just remember that there may be a day when physically you're in the same place that I am tonight. And you'd love to get up and run the aisles, and you'd love to be excited, and you'd love to shout, and you'd love to cry. But if you've got one of those things, it ain't gonna let you. I've never forgot that. Saw his widow Wednesday night. She was telling me about the last few months Brother Bruce was alive. Then she looked back and she pointed at the fellow that was taping the service that night, and she said, Brother Jerry, do you know who that is? And I said, I don't have a clue. She said, that's our main floor. And I looked, and she said, you remember the last time that you was with me and Bruce? The condition that boy was in? She said, as much as I miss Bruce, God used him leaving this world to get a hold of that boy's heart. He got saved right after he got to his day. Man, when she told me that, I remembered Bruce, and I thought, well, about right now, he'd get stirred up and he'd get excited. Amen.
Amen.
Hello?
Amen.
What are you talking about? I'm talking about that old deacon was a light to me. He was a help to me. He was an inspiration to me. And there's been times that he wanted to weep with me and times that he wanted to shout with me, and that old pacemaker just wouldn't let him do it. Brother Mike, one day, over there, he ain't got a pacemaker tonight.
Yeah.
And in that new body, he ain't gonna have a pacemaker. And over there, things are gonna be a little bit different.
Amen.
Has there been some lights in your life? Sure there have. Are you ready to be a light for somebody else? Heads are bowed, eyes are closed.